Hey darlings, welcome back to 26 Ways to Draw a Letter. I'm Lisa and this show is brought to you by the producers of one of the best fine liners on the market. These are Microns and this show exists thanks to Secura, so thank you guys. Today is an N day, not end, but letter N, okay? 3 straight lines, basically, in 26 different versions, okay? You and me. You go grab a pen or two and a piece of paper, a blank one or the worksheet that you can download and print from the link below, and we can do this together, okay? Come on, letter N. Okay, so let's see. The letter N. Basically 3 straight lines, 1 diagonal, and 2 of them are vertical. Okay, so I'm thinking we're starting with a classic slab serif N. You know by now that I kind of dig them. And 1 serif there, going down, and note please that there are normally no serifs at the right corner there in the bottom. A lot of edges and straight angles here, so I have to add some shade because I kind of dig that. Okay, so there. So I'm basically drawing a line from every corner, and I'm trying to draw the lines in the same angle, and I'm also trying to draw the lines equally long, which is not easy to do if you don't have like ruler, but you know, these are letters that are drawn by hand, so perfection doesn't live here, you know that. These letters are not meant to be measured, they're just meant to be seen and felt and experienced. Okay, so there, and on the other side there too as well. Right. So basically the diagonal line in this N is covering the shade of it. Okay, another kind of serifs coming up. These looks like a horse's foot, hoof or something, I don't know. That's what you get when you make it up as you go. There, and another hoof there. No serif there. Up, up. So 2 horse legs. Okay, let's make a fast N. Remember how I've done that before? I think I did it with the letter A, I don't know. So you start off by drawing a letter that is almost lying down. This one is heavily leaned forward, okay? You can't see how much because you're in the wrong angle, but it is. So you can see it compared to the other letters, right? And then you make these kind of blobs. They are supposed to be the letter or the paint of the letter that are almost like blowing off because the letter is going so fast forward. Filling in the last parts here, and I'm also thinking that the paint, if it is paint, let's say it's paint, could almost like fall off. There. That's a fast N. Okay, another shape is like making the diagonal line curvy. See what I mean? So it's like it's a soft curve on it, like that. Just better. That's awfully much bordering to an H, but it is not. It is an N. Okay, and we can't go a whole session, of this without an ordinary block letter, right? N is pretty much like the M. It's like a block, taking up all the space, like a confident, straightforward, yeah, kind of guy, okay? And I'm doing just these small lines, almost looks like, I don't know, stitches, to make something happen in this letter. Speaking of blocks, here is a square. So what makes this square an N? Well, two small triangles does. There. A square turned into an N. Speaking of stitches, I am using the size 8 now, just like I did before when I did the stitches on the other block letter. Here, this is a letter that consists of stitches only. No outline, no nothing. Let's see if I can... You see my hesitation there? Every time I go outside my normal zone and do something I haven't done before, it's like really taking a toll on my brain. That is why it's important to do new things all the time. Okay, so here's the first N out of stitches that I've probably done in my whole life. Enjoy. Okay, N as in very, very flat. Up and there's an N for you. Okay, a block. No, let's do a, not a block letter. Let's do a curly swirly, almost like, not a calligraphy N, obviously not. I can't calligraphy. It's not my cup of tea, but I can make a silly looking, weird, wonky, curly N that sort of have a little bit of calligraphy vibes. No vibes? No? Okay. You remember how that soft curved diagonal line? Here it is again, but in another version. There. So there is a, perhaps we should make some lines or something. Yeah. And you know by now, but since I'm not using any colors, I'm using patterns, lines, squares, whatever, to fill some of the letters. And that can be a resemblance, perhaps, of color, or at least it gives some personality to the letters, compared to if they're all supposed to be white with black outlines. Also, it's good for your penmanship. Tight lines. There. That's it. Okay, so now I'm thinking 3 separate lines that could actually be, let's see, if I like that, there. And I'm thinking if they are they feathers? feather. No, can you see it's not I think I wanted to make feathers, but I think I am making leaves. Am I not? Okay, so this is getting tight there. This is an N composed of 3 weird long leaves that were supposed to be feathers but aren't. So now we're going with leaves, everybody. 3 leaves. Okay, thinking about the next one. I'm thinking perhaps I could do like a block letter that is with a bit more. I can make a version of a block letter that isn't so straight and compressed. Let's see. By just adding a little bit of like schwung to the lines. Yeah, like that. And so this is a letter that is made of, I don't know, is it paper with really, really frayed edges, or is it some sort of tree? I don't know, guess we'll find out. I just have to concentrate, so I move this in the right direction. Okay, now I have to go diagonally here. And yeah. So how far down do I have to go before I turn? I'm starting here up and then follow the diagonal all the way down to the bottom, which is there. The diagonal was kind of thin, the diagonal part of this letter. If you really want to make a letter like this, obviously drawing one with a pencil first is a great idea, so that you get like the skeleton of the letter and can just make this weird looking outline on it. That way you don't have to worry about proportions or if the lines are straight or wobbly or whatnot. Now I do have to worry about that, and that is why it looks kind of weird, but I made it. Okay, I don't know what kind of letter that is. It's an N with a very, very rough edges. Now I want an classic, elegant serif N. No like slab serifs, just a bit more elegance. So first of all, I'm going to fill the downstroke of this in. Fill it in with black because I don't have any other color. No, but I do it in black anyway. So, and then I thought that we should really, being so thick, this diagonal line, we need to like smooth this little out here, so we sort of get the thin lines and the serifs like connected with the black. I really want to preserve the dynamic between the very thick line and the very thin ones, but I also want to like connect them. So that's how I did it. And here's an N with no straight lines whatsoever. It's like a balloon or bubblegum N or whatever. Perhaps we should make, yeah, perhaps I should do the outline a little thicker. There. There. Should I leave? No, I'm filling it in. And next up, I want to go from this soft, bubbly, curvy one to 3 straight figures. And once again, what comes to mind is pencils. There's one. There is the diagonal one. There. And the eraser up there, and the third one goes here. There. And some lines too. And the next one. Should I color the erasers? No, I think I'm gonna leave them like that. Ooh, now I got a new idea. Okay, so next letter is gonna be very like unconventional, I think. I don't know if any letter here is conventional, but look, so I'm going with the size, no, I'm going with the size 10 first. Like that. Just drawing lines in 3 different directions. Okay. And then I'm shifting to the size 8 and like just doing pretty much the same. Like that and up. And this is like a and there, up, 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 up. And down. Making it even wider. It's like a broom or something. Brushes. And a little bit more here too. Yep. Now onto something more controlled. If I have 2 of these, like one here and one there, and I run a diagonal line between them from above. There. That would be an N, right? An N. And here's some space for a narrow letter. Whole arm movement. Okay, so I don't move my wrist here. I move my entire arm. That is how you draw somewhat straight, long lines. Ooh, start from, I'm gonna start from up here. Ooh. Whole arm movement. So I basically draw, I push my hand or I
pull my hand down by moving my whole arm, not the wrist. Okay. Here is a chubby N that I thought I could give some bubbly edges, or you know, like almost like a stamp or something. Sorry about the focus on my finger here. Like that. Okay, I can see now that it didn't work as good as it looked in my head. Okay, so I have to fill them in, because otherwise it just looks messy, or it looks like teeth, and that is disgusting. So I'm filling it in, everything in with black, and since I'm doing these, I probably have to fill the whole letter, because this just looks weird. Okay, so yeah, yep, okay, filling it in. And right now it's dawning on me that making it black is also making sure that no one can see that this is an N. Can you see how I'm like burying this letter? Yeah. Okay, so this might have worked if I hadn't made the block letter so thick. I obviously needed more negative space within the letter to do these edges. Okay, lesson learned. Now, 3 weird looking triangles. And the last one that goes under that one. And hey, okay, another idea for an N. Look, the road on the mountainsides, at least in Europe, like in the Alps, go like this, right? Because it's way too steep if you don't turn all the time. So there's an N looking like a mountain road. 4 to go, I think. Okay, a ribbon N. And the thing about ribbon letters is that it's supposed to look like it's made out of an actual ribbon, of course, and that ribbon is twisted or turned, so sometimes you see the back of it and sometimes you see the front. So basically I draw 2 parallel lines like I did now, and I connect them there and there, and I color one of the segments. In this case, it's the black one. Now, if everything, and if this world was perfect, this part that I'm filling in now, that part, should not have been black, it should have been white. But we don't live in a perfect world, do we? Okay, so 3 to go. I'm thinking of an N with thin legs and a thick diagonal that has some lines in it. I don't know. Let's see. Kind of broad N there, and oops, yeah, so I'm gonna have to fill that one in. As you can see, that's how I hide my mistakes. So I'm doing the lines this way now, sort of improvising. there. I was gonna do like black lines here, but I have to fill in with black because of that mistake. So now I'm doing white lines instead. There. Okay, I need an N with a bit of a juicy, swooshy endings. I need some, let's see, you know, those kind of endings, right? And let's see, and down and and another one goes up and round. Okay, so down. Can you see how I'm hesitating, trying to concentrate, get my brain to wrap itself around this? Yeah, it's almost what I had in mind, almost. There. Sometimes like calculating or computing where the lines should go when they're opposite or mirrored or upside down or whatever is it's hard, people, especially when you're drawing as you go. But it turned out okay. It turned out okay, really. And I have no one more. Okay, the last one. Yep, I know. Okay, I'm giving you 4 squares. Right. 4 squares. 1 here. 2. Like blocks, corners or whatever. It almost looks like a flag, but it is not. It is 4 squares and I'm going to connect them into an N. So those are connected, and that one. So practically an N with big feet or heads or whatever. Okay, that's 26 ways to draw the letter N. Thank you so much for watching. See you at O.